Okay, I'm going to try to explain the relationship here between development items, development teams, and factories using my fabulous drawing. I also have the development screen opened on the left, just in case I need to reference it. So what I have is multiple developments, and as you know, each one can go to a separate development team. My development teams do have certain relationships, such as Snap Korea only works with these two factories. And for the most part, they're the ones who are choosing which factory to quote. So maybe we need to give them the opportunity to decide which factory it is that's going to produce, because they're the ones who control that factory. They can do that at the quote level. Or we can assign it to them on this screen. Either way. I have my SDS, which, as you know, does a lot of developments, and then they can farm it out to any factory. They can even farm it out to Snap Korea, meaning once they've gone through the development, when they start wanting to get costing, they can ask Snap Korea to quote on it. And the quotes won't come directly from the factories. They'll go through Snap Korea to us. When we're quoting directly with factories directly from the SDS, the quotes would come directly into us. And of course, sometimes we can use JCH has its own development team. We might assign something directly to JCH. We might assign something directly to Prime Toys Group. We might to Golden Harvest. So they're going to use their own factory. When we assign something, it's just their factory. They're developing it and they're quoting us directly in the system. So these are the different types of relationships that I've got. I've got my SDS, which does a lot of development. I've got Snap Korea, which does a lot of development. But I know when I develop through them, it's only these two factors. And they're not battling over anything. Snap Korea is assigning a factory that's going to produce it. Or we can do that in the system ourselves. Once we talk to Snap Korea, we assign it into the system. So there's differences here between the development teams, and that's kind of what I wanted to point out. So when we assign a development team in the system, at that very moment, we may not be sure which factory it is that's actually going to get that item. And if we bid it out to several factories, I guess we have to have that capability in here to say these particular factories are able to quote on this item at the correct time. So I'm hoping that this helps you understand sort of the relationships here. And if you have any questions, feel free to call me at any time.